Hey Scorpio. So, welcome to April. Uh, I really feel like the changes that Uranus is doing for you guys, affecting your relationships, it's so much more on a material and physical level than um, when it comes to like the feelings and emotions, because you guys live in those feelings and emotions every single day. So when you're not seeing things happening in your 3D world, it's like, all right, well, I'm going to sit with this and like figure out why I'm having to sit with this so intensely. Um, I kind of feel like there's much more than what this April is going to bring. I feel like April is going to be a lot lighter for everybody. I think this Uranus transit was a lot softer than last year when it first moved into Taurus and then it went retrograde. I think it's kind of being taken in a much easier way this time around because we were all sort of prepared for what the shift was going to be. Like when anything like Uranus moves into an earth sign. And why am I talking so heavily about Uranus? It's because it's right across from you. So it will be affecting you in a lot of ways. And you also had Mars in Taurus through March. So there were definitely downfalls. And when a planet like Uranus moves into an earth sign, there are quakes that are going to happen. There are changes and movement that's going to happen. That doesn't mean that it's bad. We've talked about this before where I'm not trying to give you a bad reading. And there are some people that were really, really upset when I was talking about Uranus changing our lives in some way, shape, or form. That's just a part of life. Like that's evolution. And you guys know that the best. I mean, you're the sign of death and rebirth. You guys evolve on a daily basis. And it's usually very, very intense. You're so used to it. Then when you look at somebody else's life and they're like bitching about some kind of change that's going on in their life, you're like, that's my normal. That's what I walk through every single day. So don't freak out about Uranus being across from you. Don't freak, because it's the seventh house. It's affecting your relationships, not just romantic, but in in all ways. Like, and there, it's inevitable. But change isn't a bad thing. And I know for a fixed water sign, it can possibly be a bad thing. But when you guys are sitting still for too long, you just get stagnant. And what is stagnant water? That promotes disease, dis-ease, right? What are the two words in disease? Dis-ease. And you don't want that. You don't want to have that disease going on forever. So whatever's been plaguing you about relationships, especially since it was in your um, uh, sixth house before, your daily habits, the things that you were doing on a daily. As Uranus is going through this transit for like the next 6, 7 years, I really want you, and I mean, you're probably not even going to remember this reading in 6 years, or 3 years, or 2 years, or 1 year, or whatever. But if you get nothing else out of this channeled message in the beginning, what I want you to think about and to remember, see, I'm channeling hardcore because I just burped. um, what I want you to think about and remember about this Uranus transit is it's trying to bring the best parts of life in to you. It is changing things. It is removing old structures. It's removing old habits. It's removing old ways of thinking and ways of being so that you can live your best life. That's what evolution is. It's all about progress. It's all about progressive stuff. And that's what Uranus does. It's all about progress, progressive stuff. It's ruled by Aquarius, right? So when it feels rough, you have to ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me? I feel like April's is a much lighter time for everybody, not just you guys. Now, I don't typically read cards in reverse, but the 10 of Cups like flew out in reverse. And you guys know I don't read cards in reverse. And if you ask me why, it's just because I prefer to not read cards in reverse. I do clarify everything. So, and I typically, even if I'm reading them upright, I'll give the reversal meaning anyways. I feel like the 10 of Cups, the reason why it's coming out in reverse, it's not that you guys are 100% unhappy. Maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you are really quite miserable right now. I feel like the reason why it came out in reverse is what you used to think of the 10 of Cups being in your life was such an illusion that now it's getting real. Like whatever it is that you want to bring into your life, into your existence, into your world, you're having to look at it in a very real way now, because you want to have that ultimate happiness, but you don't want to have like the really pretty picture and everything else is a big old mess. Like the emotional side of things sucks, but it looks nice on the outside, right? You don't want the illusion. You want the reality. And I think that that's kind of what Uranus moving into Taurus is helping you recognize how to do that, and what you personally, like, what is your challenge? What is it that you were holding yourself back on, right? So then there's a lot of emotion out here on the table right now, Scorpio, let me tell you. So we have, and you guys don't necessarily have a problem with emotions, but everybody else around you does. So when you express your emotions or you show how intense your emotions are, or how because like with a Scorpio, it's like all or nothing. Like you guys are all in it or you're all out of it. Like there is no in between there, which I personally love. Like give it to me real, give it to me right, give it to all of it, or don't give it to me at all, right? So with the 7 of Cups, this Ace of Cups is what you're searching for. And the Ace of Cups, yes, it can be brand new offers coming in. This is more of a gift from the universe. And I feel like the universe is offering you a gift of self-love and being like, no, man, for you to get to this 10 of Cups, it doesn't have to be so confusing. Yes, Mercury retrograde really sucked and it was really confusing for everybody. But when it comes down to it, the reality of the situation and instead of living in an illusion, you got to get real. You got to get real with yourself. And this Ace of Cups is being handed to you to say, come on, Scorpio, let's get real. Let's get real honest about your emotions. It's time for you to love on yourself. It's time for you to do things for yourself that are going to make you feel really good. So, because you don't, again, you've been trying to live your best life and trying to live your best life and trying to live your best life. And it's time for you to not just only live your best life, but live it in a real kind of way, and not just, sure, everything looks really great on the outside. There you are, showing up in your reading. And then we have the 2 of Cups. Might I just show you? Water, 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 water. What is Uranus doing to your relationship sector? This is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. And it's allowing you to have that shift of energy. So there is a relationship here that is defying space and time because it's changing your energetic vibration. Now, it's up to you on whether you recognize that's an illusion or whether that's real. It's going to be different for everybody. The way that you recognize that is you get honest with yourself and you love yourself 112%. If this relationship or this connection, because you can have a connection with somebody and it's like really, really strong and it's really emotional and it's really amazing and wow, this is so great, and it's still not the person you're supposed to be with. It's happened, right? I mean, like I've been married and divorced twice, and typically, those were karmic relationships, but I was very connected to them. I was very close to them. You can have soulmate relationships like that you're not supposed to be with for the rest of your life. So you got to, and in order for you to not be confused about that, the more you grow, the more you align with yourself, and the more you allow yourself to see this cup as something that's a beautiful thing for yourself and not necessarily for like a partnership. You want to be in a relationship with yourself first. I actually made that a tweet and then I put it on Instagram. My tweet was on Instagram, where it said, be in a relationship with with yourself. I promise it's going to be the best relationship you've ever, or date yourself. I said, date yourself. I promise it's going to be the best relationship you've ever had. And that is like legit what you guys need to be doing right now, because the person that's coming in is going to be a vibrational match to whatever you're putting out there. And you want to put your best foot forward right now. It isn't about, and when I say your best foot forward, I don't mean the facade. I don't mean like you going out on a date and you just talking about all the really great things that you do in your life and all of that. Like, you know, I want you to be so incredibly real with yourself so you can be so incredibly real with whoever this person is that's coming in. And maybe this is just a relationship with yourself and dating yourself. And that's what's shifting the energy. That's what's making the energy better, because it's no longer an illusion and you're being real. Let's clarify. Let's see what this 10 of Cups in reverse is, because I feel like you were in a spot of illusion before and you're seeing the real thing. Oh, healthy boundaries. That's what this 10 of Cups in reverse is all about. You are no longer going to be accepting anything less than reality in your life. That's what Uranus and Taurus is bringing to you, which I love, because you guys can get into a relationship and love somebody so intensely and not realize how toxic they really are to you until they have totally broken your spirit. Like, and once that person breaks your spirit, it's like venom, like stinging that person hardcore, venom all over the place, but you're still wounded. That's the thing, is you won't show it, but you're still wounded. So in order to get into this real place, in order to get to this 10 of Cups in reverse and not being an illusion, you got to put up your healthy boundaries. Now, I don't want you to be in such defense mode that you're blocking everything out, because I do feel like there's a vibrational match here for you coming in. What is it that you really want? Because I know, because you're like, but I don't even know what I want. And that's what this Ace of Cups is going to try and show you, is what you really, really want. Not what the illusion is, not what the pretend direction you were going, none of that, right? The 9 of Cups on the 7 of Cups. I was going to say, notice how we have the 9 of Cups on the 7 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups is down here. 7 and 2 equals 9, right? So what I want you to focus on during this transitory time, this transitional time, because again, you guys are so used to transitions, but sometimes there's so much transition happening in your life constantly all the time that you can't really focus on that one piece of it, right? That one part of it that you super, super want to be able to focus on. Sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. It just looks a little ratchety right now. I'm not sure if I can deal. I'm such a Virgo. I want you to be honest with yourself on what feels good in your life and what no longer resonates and what no longer feels good in your life. Because this 9 of Cups is, yes, it might be confusing. Like all of these options, maybe you have a lot of people lining up to get the Scorpio number, right? I wouldn't be surprised by that. I'm a Venus in Virgo, and like people think that Virgos are like so virginal, right? It's so not true. It's so not true. So, and having that Venus in Virgo is sextile to a Scorpio, right? A Scorpio sun. And it's a very intense connection. So I understand your intensity. I understand where you're coming from when you want something real, but you're going to take the intense, loving emotion no matter where it comes from. So instead of getting confused on what it is that you really want versus what it is that you like, do I want the really intense feeling or do I want what's real, right? That's what I feel like you're having to ask yourself. So let's see. Ace of Cups. Yeah, man. It's not easy to love yourself. And the 10 of Wands on the Ace of Cups is literally saying to you, this is not going to be a really easy journey. It's going to be really, really hard, but it's going to be worth it because you get like the castle and all the good stuff once you get done with the journey. So sure, it's a burden to carry the load of loving yourself, but 100% you get the reward because you did it. So don't mix I want you to be very specific about what you're manifesting right now and what you're giving to yourself. I want you to love yourself so hard that it would be impossible for somebody, for some kind of fuck boy or something to come along and love you. I want you to love yourself so hard that there's only one other person on this planet that could love you that hard. Right? Like that's where I want you to go. That's where I feel like that's what Uranus is trying to show you and trying to teach you. There's a lot of water and there's a lot of fire here. So there's a lot of action and there's a lot of emotion, and that can make a person super intense. But you guys can do that. That's your every Monday. Like wake up on Monday, there's action and intensity and emotion. Welcome to being a Scorpio, right? So you could be dealing with an air sign. If you're dealing with an air sign that's gotten really, really cold, and that's why you have to put up these boundaries, I can understand like how that's happening. Now, if you're dealing with an air sign that you're pretty sure, and that doesn't have to be like an air sun sign, it could be air, sun, moon, rising, Venus even, because a lot of people ask me that. Does it have to be like, does it have to be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius sun sign? No, it doesn't. Somebody who has very strong air in their chart, or is somebody who is just like extremely logical, and like it's the logic intelligence in your life. They see you. They see the real you, and that might scare the shit out of you, and that might be why you're blocking this. Or you're not fully opening up to the idea of it, or you're not fully opening up to something about it because they scare the shit out of you. I feel like this person sees you. Now, it doesn't, if this person is somebody that has cut you off and is cold, which I'm not really feeling that, but I feel like you are definitely going in a different direction from there. See, this is such a good reading. This is such a good reading. And I think the reason why I'm having to get really super specific with you guys today is because I don't think you're going to believe it. Like, you're not going to actually believe it until April shows up and this happens to you. And maybe some of you are already in this place. But again, like, you don't want the emotional illusion of everything. You want the reality of what this Two of Cups means. 10 of Pentacles on this Two of Cups. And I feel like it's happening. I feel like it's coming to you. But again, I don't feel like you're going to see it. I don't feel like, because everybody was so, everybody's freaking out about the changes that Uranus is bringing into your life. That's just removing old toxic energy so you can have this. This is why I didn't want you to be afraid of Uranus being in your 7th house for 6 years. Because the change was necessary for you to get everything you've ever wanted. Don't be scared. I know it's like the reality of it is kind of like, oh, damn. Like, am I ready? Is that what you're asking? Is it too good to be true? Are you ready for it? Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune is. All right. So it could be also a fire sign or somebody who has heavy fire in their chart. Again, so we have the King of Wands over here on the Wheel of Fortune. This could just be you being super discerning and kind of blocking out the emotional aspect of things. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys were doing that right now. You were blocking out the emotions of it. There's a fire sign around you or someone with really heavy fire in their chart that is helping you shift this energy. This is a really big energy shift. This could actually be you shifting the energy too. But if you have a lot of fire in your chart as well. But more than anything, it feels like there's this recognition of some kind of energy in your life that's bringing a reality to you where there was once an illusion. I don't want you to block this. I do want you to block the illusionary part of it, but I don't want you to block the real part of it, because this doesn't happen every day, right? Let's look at the bottom of the deck. I didn't even, okay. And it scares you so much, it'll get you into a place of being afraid so much that you'll halt, right? Except, so with the Hanged Man, the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and there's the King of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Oh man, all right. Page of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Hermit. That's really funny. The Four of Swords and the Hermit have been coming out a lot lately together. Okay, we're going to go through these one by one. Don't freak out that I just pulled a whole bunch of cards, because I know you guys are like trying to follow along while we do that. I just wanted to show you them as I pulled them out. Fear can it can paralyze you. It can really paralyze a person. The thing with the Hanged Man is that he puts himself there on purpose in order to see things from a different way. You could be dealing with a Piscean energy, but whatever gift, whatever like spark the universe has like recently brought into your life, I feel like you're still going back and forth on, because it feels very intense. It feels very, and it's not that you don't want it. It's that you're not entirely sure what to do with it quite yet. And you don't need to know right now. Like, there is absolutely no reason for you to say, I can't accept that gift because I don't know what to do with it. What I want you to do is say, all right, I can accept that. And I'm going to be okay with the fact that I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing with this gift, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with having, you know, like I can see clearly that something is coming to me, that something is going to show up. Now, this may not be something huge and gigantic and yay, right? It could just be kind of a spark, like this new welling up of passion that you've been tamping down for so long because, dear God, winter was just ridiculous. You guys got through Pisces season a lot easier than most people. So, kudos to you. Like, I saw the Scorpios in my life were just like breezing through Pisces season when everybody else was legit like falling apart, completely and totally falling apart. I was one of them that fell apart for a couple of days. And then of course I like went to my Scorpio friends. I'm like, oh my God, you're like doing this. It's like a breeze for you to get through this, because you're used to the transition, right? So there's an earth sign, could be a Taurus, could also be a Virgo in your life. It's such a balance with this person that I feel like sometimes, oh my gosh, my nose. I feel like sometimes you're not even sure what to do with this kind of energy. Like, you're not used to having this kind of balance in your life. It is, I feel like it's teaching you a lot. With this Hierophant over here, this earth energy is teaching you a lot right now. And the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, even if you can't see all of the lessons that this person's trying to teach you right now, that's okay. I kind of want you to allow yourself to humble yourself to the lessons that are happening. I feel like there's a lot of give and take energy. Like, there's not anything. I don't want you to blindfold yourself to the lessons that this person's trying to teach you, because that's what this Two of Swords is trying to say. And I feel like this is a humbling energy that's like legit just here to try and help. If you get confused, if things get too intense, what I want you to practice with yourself, not just in April, but really for the entire transit of Uranus, and I'm sure we'll talk about this again, get quiet. It's okay to pull back. If you have to pull back from people, places, and things in order to wrangle in your emotions and allow yourself to figure things out, the Four of Swords and the Hermit are telling you to chill. And it's okay. Rest in between everything else that's going on. Do what you have to do. Make sure you are giving a lot back to yourself. Because again, this journey that you're going on in order to love yourself and to find everything within yourself, because you want to date yourself, you want to be in a relationship with yourself first and foremost before you're in a relationship with anybody else. And there's an energy that's either around you already or it's coming in that is going to be the vibrational match of whatever you're putting out right now. You want to put your best vibrational match out. So this journey isn't going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. Welcome to evolution, but it's okay. Like there's a lot of healing and patience that's happening right now. Temperance and the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of healing and a lot of patience. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius energy too. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius energy, their planet of expansion and gifts is going retrograde in April. They might have a jolt into reality themselves. So they could be really good confidants for you. Like you could sit down with a Sagittarius right now and be like, dude, I don't even know what's going on, but I got to talk to somebody in like the esoteric world, like somebody who's on my playing field. And I feel like a Sagittarius can do that for you. Allow yourself to count on the real people in your life. Don't get caught up. Don't go backwards. Don't go back into an illusion. Don't go back into wishing things could be different, hoping things could be different. Allow yourself to move forward because I feel like you're not entirely seeing the benefits of some of the people in your life, and the other people in your life, it's like, I got to let you go because this isn't working for me anymore and I need to focus on myself. That's where I feel like this give and take is going to be. All right, Scorpio, I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful April. I know I just like jammered on forever. There's a new merchandise link below if you'd like to check out the merchandise and be like me. I'm getting all of my stuff in next week, so I'll start wearing it on the channel. But if you want to check it out before you see it on me, everything is below. T-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs. We'll be adding other stuff throughout the summer. If you want a personal reading with me, that link is in the description box below as well. And fearlessintuition.net is the website you'll go to for a private reading with me. Readings are being booked about 2.5 weeks out. What else? I don't know. I think that's it for now. I love you guys so much. Really take care of yourselves, and I will see you for your soulmate readings. Bye.